Well, hi there. How you doing? This is Home Wizards, where we love to help improve your home and improve your life. I'm Cindy Dole.
I'm Eric Stromer. Yes, I am. That's me. Today, that's me.
And there you go. So, how are your landscape lights?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask because they are... You know what? Seriously, it has made such a tremendous impact in my life because we did not have any landscape lighting before I did this project. And, you know, the outside of your house at night can be a glorious and beautiful artistic achievement if you kind of have some basic concepts in mind when you're designing your landscape lighting. And there are great solutions now for inexpensive and affordable packages that anybody can do.
Because we have landscape lights. They're kind of like the old classic Malibu lights. And our dogs will go charging out the front door, Abby and Bailey, our old English sheepdogs, and they will always run and play tag and then knock over a couple of our really pretty landscape lights. And so then the whole hassle becomes either, if they haven't broken one of the top parts of the light fixture itself, or now the wiring is all screwed up and you've got to do it all over again.
Right. So there's some basic steps to take that I think can prevent that very thing that you're
really?
talking
Good.
about. Yes,
Okay.
I'll tell you
All
about
right.
them. So number one, when you're kind of deciding on what you're going to do, I want you to consider the exterior of your home like a theatrical set. You want to try to figure out where you're going to be looking at this from.
Like it's a show.
Like it's a show, and this is showbiz. and you know, we really kind of like this whole idea of what are you looking at from the inside of your house when you're looking out. You know, what are the focal points? So you're going to want to look at it at night, obviously, and then you're going to want to kind of say that tree there on the left is beautiful. How about if we shone? What is it? Is it shown?
Shined.
Shine
a little light on
Shine a
it.
little light on it.
Exactly.
What if you shine a little bit of light up on this tree? You had it angled at such a way,
So it glows.
lit from the front, so it really kind of illuminates it and gives you this dramatic feel. So that's what I want you to do. So you're kind of making a lighting plot, if you will. So let's say you have beautiful tree on the left, you've got a water feature on the right, and then you've got, you know, maybe a little guest house
and maybe a light on the house itself.
maybe the house itself, or maybe the neighbor has a stucco wall that's neighboring your property.
Or
That
we're
might
going
be-
to shine a light on the neighbor.
It might be shine right in Mrs. Mildred's bedroom window.
We'll
Hey,
show
stop it.
them. Yeah.
So it's kind of all about designing the lighting scheme in the
So
plan.
coming up with like a layout before you
That's
do
exactly right.
Before you begin any digging. We're
That's
just
right.
thinking.
That's right. So probably you're going to get away with a relatively small yard. You could get away with one of these packages that they sell for around $250 to $300, and that comes with a transformer. It comes with some cabling. It comes with lights that shine up on something that you want, and then pathway lights. So for $200, that's what you usually get. You'll get 2 lights that shine up and 3 to 4 pathway lights.
It seems like that's not enough. It feels like you should get at least 2 kits.
Well, you can get 1 kit, and then you can get a little bit of extra wire, and then you can buy the lights singularly. They sell them.
Okay.
So I would suggest that. And now they have LED lights, which are glorious. You know, the old lighting systems were halogen, and they cast an amazing light. I will give you that. But they use a tremendous amount of energy. And so you may want to think about the LED alternative. And they're bright enough to give you the feel and the dramatic look that you want. But the bulbs last 15 years, and you never have to change them.
And the color is okay? You like how it looks?
I don't mind the color. It's not that, you know,
blue.
Bam, it's Showtime lighting that the halogen provides, but how many times have you replaced the bulbs, either when your dogs knock them over or they burn out pretty rapidly?
I know.
And they're expensive. So I like the LED alternative. It's kind of the best of both worlds.
Now, where are you going to put the transformer?
You're going to plug the transformer into an outdoor outlet, and that transformer comes with a timer when you buy these kits, so that you can program it to come on, you know, at sunset and then go off 4, 8, 10 hours later, however you want to do it. And it's really convenient and easy to set up. They give you several different options.
And you want your outdoor outlet to have the GFI thing, right?
Yeah. That would be preferable. Obviously, it's always important when there's water, moisture, the elements that could
that's always happening, because I'm out there watering and all of a sudden it kind of, it kills it all.
That's exactly right. So you've created your plot. You know you're going to illuminate the tree on the left. You're going to illuminate the wall on the side of the property. You're going to also do your water feature. And you know exactly where you're going to put your lights. So place them there so you see where they are. plug in your
like lay them out, physically lay them
out. Yeah.
Put them here, put them
Yep,
there. Okay.
yep. Then you run the wire from the transformer to each of these different lights. And the thing that you were talking about where the dog knocks over the light and then they go out and you can't find the wire again. A lot of times people don't realize that you should not, when you plug two extension cords together, you can plug them in, or you can tie one little knot and then plug them in. So when you pull on either end, the knot tightens rather than the plug coming undone.
Really?
Yeah. So that's what you do with
you
this
can
kind of
tie
wire.
a knot in an extension cord?
Yeah. You take two ends and you just make one loop and then plug it in that way.
And that's okay? That's not a fire hazard?
No, it's fine.
Really?
Do it all the time. That's the way that you keep them from unplugging when you're yanking on them.
Oh, okay.
So the same holds true for this landscape lighting. You're gonna, anytime there's connections, you're gonna want to make a loop in the wiring so that someday if the gardener or you or your kid knocks one of these lights out and you lose where the wire went, if they're tied together, you can just reach in and pull the wire up and it won't come undone. Your string of lights will stay intact.
That's
and the
handy.
Wires, yeah, it really is.
So like a half knot.
Basically a little half hitch knot. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Like you're tying your shoe, the first part of tying your shoe,
Okay.
basically. All right, so you lay your wire out and you're going to want to make your runs. And oftentimes you'll want to go between the grass and the sidewalk or in a garden bed that has some overgrown ivy. Most of the time you don't even have to bury the cord because it's black. But if you do, then there's a little bit of trenching involved.
And how deep do you like to go in there to bury the cords?
Go 2 to 3 inches.
Because it always feels like it's popping up. You know
Well,
what I
that's
mean?
because you probably didn't dig deep enough. So you want to go 2 to 3 inches, I would suggest. If you have to interrupt grass, realize that when you take out your divots in the grass, you want to just put them up on the side of the trench, and then you're going to take those same divots and put them right back in over when you're done with the digging. Okay. Also, if you're going to have to dig any, I want you to get a trenching shovel. This is a very thin, long shovel that makes trenching virtually half as difficult as a traditional shovel because it's a little sharper and it's a little longer, so it kind of almost like a garden tool, you use to dig up a plant. It's basically like that with a long handle on it. So it cuts the soil much easier. If you've got a situation where you've got hard clay soil and it's difficult to dig, you can water for a couple of minutes where you're going to make your trench, and that'll soften up the dirt, so it'll be much easier. So go ahead and dig your 2 to 3 inches down if you need to bury the wire, and then just simply bury it. And by using the word simply, trust me, I know it's not that easy. It's physically taxing, so give yourself enough time to do it, and don't try and do too much in one day if it starts to take its toll on your back.
Oh, yeah?
You want to make sure you take it easy when you're doing it.
Now, what if we wanted to add two kits together? Like we wanted to combine them.
I did that.
How do you connect
Well,
it?
these wires, they connect very, very simply.
I did that.
I know.
You never have enough. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You think the picture on the box looks like you're lighting up Disneyland, but it looks like 4 little puny lights. It's not enough for your pathway.
Yes,
Come on.
You are right. So so if you want to get 2 kits, you can do that, but then you'll have 2 timers and 2 transformers, which
I'm going to sell to you.
Well, you could, or you could give it away for a Christmas gift, Christmas bonus. I recommend you buy 1 kit and then you amend it with extra wire and extra singular lights. And you can buy these things singularly, so you're not relegated to only buying boxes with prepackaged quantities in them.
So you also can buy like a separate floodlight, right?
That's exactly
that
right.
matches the same decor, or the finish, and so forth.
That's exactly right, yeah.
Because a lot of them, they come not only as the path light, but then there's a few floodlights, and then what other kind of a light? There's maybe sometimes a light that's shining down from the top of the tree.
Sure, yeah. You can put them up in trees and shine down. You can shine up, casting light from the front onto the tree itself. You can silhouette it by lighting it from the back. And I like to, you want to decorate once you've got this whole thing laid out. You've connected the wire to the transformer, connected the wires together by using wire nuts to make a connection that's waterproof. And again, wire nuts are those little caps that you twist on the 2 wires that are put together. Then it's nighttime, and that's when you kind of start to position each light exactly where you want it, where you find the sweet spot.
So like Christmas time,
Yes.
You have the lights all plugged in and lit to do like a test run.
You can't decorate a Christmas tree during the day until you see the lighting at night, right? So it's the same exact thing with landscape lighting. So you want to give yourself a little bit extra play when it comes to your wires being laid out.
So this is a 1.5-day project. Maybe
Well, it depends how many you're putting in, but if you're going to try and do it over a weekend, I'd give yourself Saturday to buy the stuff
and lay it out,
and
figure it out.
and then and dig a little, and then Sunday to kind of finish and tweak.
Because Saturday night you've lit it up and you're testing it. And you go, okay, fun. This is it.
Yeah, and your wife and your significant other is going, no, to the right,
or to the left
a little bit. No, to the left, right.
Everything you own.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have more tips, I'm sure, on landscape lighting. Yeah? Got some more pointers for us?
Come on, you kidding me?
We'll talk about that and all kinds of good stuff as Home Wizards continues. Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole. We're just getting started, so don't go away now.
Front walk looks like a runway light.
Welcome back. Home Wizards here. I'm Cindy Dole.
Hey, I'm Eric Stromer.
And we're having fun, and hopefully you are too, to help and improve the spaces you call home. A little bit more about landscape lights, because it feels like this is something that's really doable. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, if you had no DIY skills whatsoever, do you think we should still open that box?
5. This is a 5.
It's a 5.
It could even be a 3.
It sounds really easy.
It is really easy. I mean, once you do one of these strings, you'll be like, I can't believe I didn't do this before. That's how easy it is. But there's a little bit of a learning curve. You have to learn how to make the connections, which are so easy now, the way that they have these little snap-on plugs that the light plugs into an existing wire. Imagine, if you will, one wire coming from a transformer that goes to a string of lights, and it's the same concept as Christmas lights. You have to just go into the mother load wire that is the one that carries the current, and anytime there's a splice, then there's a connector, and you make a connection. It's very, very simple. So a couple of things to keep in mind. Number one, there are path lights that's going to light your walkways or your driveway or a path that leads somewhere into your yard. There are also up lights that'll cast light upward, which you can either use to silhouette or illuminate a tree or bushes.
Or the side of your house.
Or the side of your house, right? There's wall wash fixtures. Those kind of just give you a nice soft light, like if you want to do an architectural detail or your front door or some interesting part of your landscaping.
Or I like it when fountains are lit too. If you have a nice structural fountain,
right,
in front.
Yeah. So basically, what you're doing is kind of either amending the existing house fixtures that you already have or creating a whole new plan. And again, I like to kind of conceptually get an idea of what you would want to see at night from your property or as you're walking into the front of your house. And then as it relates to the backyard, what you're seeing when you're looking out the window. So again, in review, you want to buy either a kit to start out with, which are roughly about $200, and then you can amend it with extra lights and any of these things that you want additionally. Keep in mind, if you buy a kit and you want to go back to the store and get more stuff because you realize that as you do this, you're more and more interested in having more things lit, it's very easy to amend them and add on as you go. And then basically there's the labor involved is burying the wire, digging a trench and hiding the wire when you're done.
But I got to tell you, what scares me is that transformer. I mean, what if
this is low voltage lighting when it's LED, so don't forget, this is really nothing.
We're not going to get shocked or anything.
No, it's fine.
And how do you adhere it to the wall? What if how do you fasten it to the wall?
The transformer goes right into a plug, and then that's it.
That's all you do?
That's all you do. You plug it in, bam, done. I know.
Because I think on ours we have a super duper box that goes above the plug. I don't know. We have some other additional circuitry.
You probably have a super duper. You probably have the older style of low voltage.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, I'm sure.
So,
because the LED stuff is so simple that you plug the transformer in and then
it's
you're
like
done.
It's like
the
a
wire
Velcro.
comes from that, yeah.
Okay, well, gosh, because it feels like that is so doable. Now, if this is still intimidating to you, you could always hire someone to have it professionally done. There's a lot of services out there that do professional landscape lighting for your home, right?
Yes. But
I wonder what that would cost you.
It would cost you
$5,000?
So much more than
$200.
There you go. And you can't really make a mistake. The only thing you can do is either not have enough wire or not have enough lights, and then or put them in the wrong positions. But you work in you work it and change it and tweak it as you go.
Okay.
And as long as you have, low. Here's the key with a lot of this stuff: lowered expectations. You can't get a mature garden in 2 weeks. You can't get exactly the right thing in 5 seconds.
It's a process.
It's a process.
It's part of life.
Don't beat yourself up if it's not exactly right. You just the next weekend you add
Live
a
and
couple
learn.
more lights. Yeah.
Well, while we're outside, let's talk about for this time of year what you should also be doing to the garden to get it to look great, because after all, now it's lit. It's got to look
now
good.
what are we looking at?
Geez.
Yeah.
So this is a good time to continue pruning any of the blooming shrubs before they finish blooming, because as you prune them, it's going to continue to make it healthy.
If you prune, they will bloom.
And
That's my new motto.
And if you deadhead, they will bloom. I mean, anytime you see a bloom of any kind that's all shriveled up and dead, whether it's roses or daisies or you name it, you want to get rid of the dead flowers, because it's stopping the nutrients from feeding the new buds that are trying to give you glorious flowers.
So just nip them right there at the bud, or do you want to
use your fingers, scissors, whatever, get them out of there.
Okay.
So it isn't just a neatness thing, because it looks kind of messy to have the dead stuff there, but it's really all about helping your garden thrive, because now the dead is gone and all the plant's energy is working toward the latest batch of blooms. You want to make sure that you shear the hedges while the growth is still soft and easy to shape. And you want to watch out for, this is something that I can't stand, is that powdery mildew. Have you ever gotten that?
Sure.
It looks like cotton candy on the under leaves, on the under part of the leaves.
Yep.
And there's a lot of products out there to help solve that. But you really need to make sure that you spray it with something, because if you just I've tried to hose it down, and all these little bugs are like this.
Are you doing the bug dance right now?
It's really bad. Yeah, you don't want that. And then you've got the black spot too. So you want to apply fungicide and remove it and destroy. Don't compost any diseased foliage, but then you might have those white flies that are there with the powdery mildew, and that's the...
Oh no, there you go again.
And I've tried to throw them away. I've tried to throw like a whole part of the bush that had the stuff still on it, because it's like cotton candy with all these little things in there.
Now, if you were doing those crazy arms in front of my house, I'd call the authorities.
Well, you would shine your landscape lights on me.
And I'd say, get out of here, you pesky bug. Yeah.
But seriously, I had them, and now they were like just kind of festering in the trash can, in our, of course, our recycled leaf trash can.
Yeah.
This is a good time to add extra mulch to some of the shallow-rooted shrubs like azaleas.
I love me some mulch.
There's azaleas, camellias, you name it. Kind of helps to lock in the moisture before it really gets hot.
And again, if you have a pickup truck, there's nothing like buying mulch in bulk. You can get a scoop of mulch for $25 versus bags, which are probably individually $12. You're getting 20 times more for half the money.
Do you ever get aphids? Aphids, I can't stand them. They attack the babies of your bush, especially rosebuds or you name it. They know where the great little meat is.
Those dirty aphids.
And so it's a good idea. You can buy ladybugs. Ladybugs are great because they go right to the aphids and will eat them up. Or you could try blasting them with water. You could try soapy water, or you can try some of the different other products that are out there as an insecticide. But this is a good time just to remove them and control it, because they're gonna get the best of your beautiful summer garden.
Great.
Yeah.
The ladybugs, I've had experience with them. It's a really fun thing to do.
Now, you know what the trick is with that? You want to put them, when you buy the ladybugs, you put them in the refrigerator. Now, I know that sounds like it's a mean thing. You aren't hurting them. They can be in the refrigerator for a few days, if not a little bit longer. But it's making them think that it's time to hibernate, to go take a nap. And so that's good, because you want them to take a nap until you're ready to put them on the bush. And they typically will nap at nighttime anyway. So you want to make sure that you put the ladybugs on first thing in the morning, so they will now attack and get the aphids.
That's great.
Because I've had that happen where you put the ladybugs
and
on
they fly away.
and they're flying away. They're free.
That makes sense.
You want them to stay there.
So you're kind of putting them in the fridge to get them dormant. Put them on in the morning as they come alive.
And they wake up and they're going to be eating your aphids.
It's breakfast time.
Before they fly away.
It's go time aphids.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid. It's a fun project with the kids to show them, don't be scared. You're not hurting the ladybugs. But it's amazing how they totally are avengers in getting those nasty
Okay,
aphids.
good.
This is also a good time to continue planting container-grown trees. Oh, and I'm so happy. I should have brought you some of our limes. Our lime tree in a container is finally producing limes. And I think that limes, they're harder to grow. I think that it just takes a couple of years. Like we bought this great citrus tree, we put it in a container, and it's taken almost 3 years to fruit, even though we'd fertilize it and give it a lot of sun. So don't get depressed if that happens to you too. Some of these fruiting trees take a little while to get their groove on. But this is a good time now to continue planting them and to keep them well watered.
Did you know that limes were first grown in Iraq, southern Iraq?
I knew they were Middle Eastern of
Yeah,
some kind.
that's where they came from.
Yeah.
How about that?
I always love the Mexican lime. I mean, there's so many yummy limes. But what a difference when you have a lime from your tree versus the store-bought. Sometimes the store-bought ones, it's so hard on the inside. There's like no juice. It's almost like it's a reject. It's
No,
like,
I
you
don't-
call that a
yeah.
lime?
Boy, I'll tell you, I love the lime on my tuna salad. You ever had the lime on the tuna?
I love that in cilantro.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we have more great ideas for you coming up next. Home Wizards, Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole. We're back in just a little moment.
The